The legendary Ferrari team is now in the spotlight, not because of a spectacular victory, but because of an increasingly heated internal drama. From the secret rivalry between Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc to embarrassing technical failures and a disappointing start to the 2025 season. What really happened behind the scenes at the Prancing Horse team? Let's discuss it. Lewis Hamilton's arrival at Ferrari at the start of this season is undoubtedly one of the most historic moments in the world of Formula One. After more than a decade of faithfully defending Mercedes and successfully winning 7 World Championship titles, Hamilton has finally made a major decision in his career, accepting the challenge of restoring the glory of the most iconic team on the grid, Scuderia Ferrari. It was a move that not only surprised the racing world, but also raised the expectations of the win-hungry fans. However, reality is not always as beautiful as a fairy tale. Although his arrival brought new enthusiasm to Maranello, the pressure and spotlight that came with it created a difficult dynamic within the team. Ferrari boss Fred Vasseur honestly admitted in a recent interview that Hamilton's arrival has made the media spotlight more one-sided. This statement implies an imbalance in public and media attention towards Ferrari's drivers. And this situation has slowly but surely begun to cause internal tensions, especially with Charles Leclerc, the young mainstay who was considered the face of Ferrari's future. The emerging jealousy may not be openly visible, but the vibrations have begun to be felt. Ferrari team principal Fred Vasseur has indeed emphasized that Charles Leclerc is an intelligent, mature figure with great enthusiasm to take the team forward. But as strong as the external calm is, there are still ripples of tension that are beginning to be felt. Lewis Hamilton's superstar status now seems to be the new focus of attention in Maranello. And this is not easy for Leclerc to accept. How could it not be? For the last 5 years, Leclerc has been the symbol of Ferrari. The main face of the team, the focus of the Tifosi's hopes and the center of all long-term planning. But since Hamilton's arrival was announced, slowly but surely the spotlight, the media headlines and the priorities for car development have begun to shift. Not clearly visible, but felt. And the tension is not just a matter of ego or public image. Behind the scenes, the situation was reportedly complicated by Leclerc's and Hamilton's different visions of car development. Leclerc wanted an aggressive car, fast in the corners, responsive and suited to his daring driving style. Hamilton, on the other hand, preferred a stable, balanced and precise setup characteristics that had helped him succeed with Mercedes. Instead of jumping right into the action and demonstrating their dominance, Ferrari opened the season with a nightmare. At the Chinese Grand Prix, not one, but 2 Ferrari drivers were disqualified. Yes, both of them, Charles Leclerc and Lewis Hamilton. The first problem was with Leclerc's car. After the race, it was discovered that his car was 1 kilogram lighter than the minimum allowed. After an investigation, the cause was found to be a leak in a water bottle in the cockpit. Although it sounds trivial, the rules in Formula One are very strict and even the slightest infraction can be fatal. Meanwhile, Hamilton's fate was no less unfortunate. His car experienced excessive wear on the skid block, a component under the car that indicates how low the car is traveling. This meant that Hamilton's car was too close to the track surface, which could increase downforce but also violate regulations and threaten the safety of the driver. This incident was clearly a major blow to Ferrari. Not only did it tarnish the team's reputation, but it also made Hamilton start to the season with his new team bitter. Instead of impressing, they became the talk of the town for technical problems that could have been avoided. After the embarrassing incident on the track, the camera caught Lewis Hamilton looking frustrated. Many interpreted his expression as a reflection of deep disappointment, not only with the race result, but also with the team's performance as a whole. However, in an official post-race interview, Hamilton showed his class as a senior driver. In a firm but calm tone he said, "I have 100% confidence in Ferrari. This is part of the process. We know we have to take risks to win." The statement immediately caught the public's attention. Under enormous pressure and scrutiny from the media and fans, Hamilton remained professional. He did not blame individuals or parts of the team. Instead, he chose to emphasize that this was a challenge they had to face together as a unit, a team. Hamilton's calm and mature demeanor received much praise. Many praised his calmness in the face of pressure and his ability to continue to support the team through difficult times. But in reality, the pressure from the public, especially the Ferrari Tifosi, was growing. The high expectations for the combination of Hamilton and Leclerc as a dream team actually began to turn into harsh demands, especially after the disappointing results at the Japanese GP. In that race, Hamilton could only finish in 8th place, while his teammate Charles Leclerc did slightly better in 6th place. However, this result was still far from the expectations of Ferrari, who had been aiming for a podium and even a win since the beginning of the season. Hamilton's frustration finally began to show when he openly criticized the team's performance. In a post-race interview, he said that Ferrari is currently underperforming and stressed that the team needs to take concrete steps to get out of this situation. The statement is a strong signal that although he still believes in Ferrari's long-term project, Hamilton will not remain silent if there are no significant changes. Now all eyes are on how Ferrari will respond to this pressure, because with a driver of Hamilton's caliber, the expectation is no longer just to compete, but to win. After being bombarded with harsh criticism and continued pressure from the media and fans, Ferrari has finally made a big move. No longer willing to be a spectator in the fight for the championship title, the Prancing Horse team has decided to make a major overhaul of their car. With the Bahrain GP just around the corner, Ferrari will bring a number of radical upgrades. Among the most noticeable updates is a completely new floor design, a crucial element that greatly affects the car's airflow and grip. Significant changes have also been made to the aerodynamics, including a redesigned wing and diffuser shape to maximize cornering speed and efficiency on the straights. Most surprisingly, Lewis Hamilton's steering wheel has now been specially modified. Ferrari has added several iconic features from Hamilton's glory days at Mercedes, a clever attempt to make the 7-time world champion feel more comfortable and familiar, and to bring out his best potential from the start of the season. Ferrari team boss Fred Vasseur commented on the bold move. He said that this is all part of a long process that Ferrari is going through. According to him, the Maranello-based team is still in the building phase. We are building the foundations. We want to make sure that when we get back to the top, we can stay there for a long time, he said. With all these changes, Ferrari seems to be really serious about returning as a major force in the F1 world. Will it be enough to shake the dominance of Red Bull and Mercedes? All eyes will be on Bahrain. That is the big question now on the minds of F1 fans around the world. Will Ferrari, a team full of history and glory, be able to rise above the pressure and expectations that continue to weigh on them each race week? Can they harness the power of two star drivers to return to winning ways, or will they find themselves caught in a maelstrom of internal conflict? Will Charles Leclerc, Ferrari's young prince, be able to swallow his ego to work with Lewis Hamilton, a 7-time world champion who brings a wealth of experience and ambition to the red team? Or are we heading for a major drama as these two great forces collide, creating a storm that could shake Ferrari's stability from within? Will we see open feuds, behind-the-scenes political games, and controversial strategic decisions? One thing is certain, Ferrari's drama this season is not just about racing on the track, but also about the battle of egos, strategies, and influence behind the heated paddock walls. If previous seasons have been heated, this one is a fire that burns hopes and ambitions. Will Ferrari be able to bounce back and return to the front of the pack this season? Who is more worthy to be the true leader of the team, Hamilton, with his wealth of experience and world championship titles, or Leclerc, who has long been Ferrari's mainstay and symbol of the future? And could this situation be the beginning of the end of the harmonious relationship between the two? Leave your thoughts in the comments section.